Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is, what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. Well, welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast, where we sit down with powerhouse women, redefining success on their own terms, one bold step at a time. I'm your host, Anna Anisin, and today's guest is proof that life doesn't move in a straight line. It twirls, leaps, and occasionally pirouettes. Meet Janice Kelly, founder of Flutter Effect, the sparkling collagen tea brand, making skin health taste as good as it feels. Yum! From the fast pace of Wall Street to the fluid grace of Broadway, and now the slow glow of functional wellness, Janice brings brilliance, discipline, and beauty to every corner of her work. Her latest creation, Flutter Effect, is more than just a beverage. It's a self-care ritual wrapped in joy, science, and of course, elegance, just like you, Janice. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the power of reinvention, the science of glow, and the magic that happens when you stop waiting for balance and just build it instead, right? Mm-hmm. Janice, welcome. Let's start with your incredible journey. You've gone from hedge fund analyst to Broadway dancer to founder of a wellness brand. What is the thread that kind of connects all those chapters? And tell us about your background, like where did you grow up? Where did this journey start for you?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and chat with you. And thank you for that amazing introduction.
Of course.
I grew up in New Hampshire, in a small town in New Hampshire. My number one love growing up was ballet and ballet dancing, and I knew at a very young age that's what I wanted to pursue. And so that brought me to New York City, where I trained in a pre-professional program, and then eventually lived out my childhood dream of dancing on Broadway.
Wow.
Before I started in my professional ballet career, I got my undergrad degree in finance at Fordham University. So I kind of was doing this dual track. I was doing this pre-professional ballet program, and then on the side, I was pursuing my undergraduate finance degree.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
Those two things are so different. One is really creative and expressive, and the other one is very brainy, cranial and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, I'm just a deeply passionate person, and I really gravitated towards environments that thrill and challenge and really push me, where the stakes feel really high and exciting. When I graduated from college, I danced professionally for 6 years, but I was still kind of craving something different, but still wanting that thrill and excitement. And for me, that was the financial markets in Wall Street. That seemed just very thrilling.
So exciting. Oh my God.
It did. It just seemed really thrilling. And so I wanted to be a part of it. So I got an internship at a hedge fund because that was a really big career transition. So I started as an intern, and then that turned into a full-time position.
Amazing.
And it was really incredible. And so I was a tech analyst. So I invested and analyzed publicly traded tech companies.
Cool.
Yep. And so that kind of met my appetite for thrill and excitement and learning and pushing and growing. But then the physical demands of sitting at a desk for so many hours and looking at a screen when I was really used to moving my body, and then kind of the mental demands as well, was really taking a toll on my health. And I had been practicing yoga for a very long time, mostly to supplement my dance training. And I was continuing to practice yoga while I was working in finance, but then that experience really pulled me into going into wellness full time and entering that industry. And so I got my yoga teacher certification and my mindfulness meditation teacher training certification. And I started teaching corporate programs, wellness programs all across New York City.
That's
and I was
cool.
also helping, private, high-performing individuals help with their stress and just like the physical things that kind of come along with the stress.
Right. There's a lot of physical things. No, that's awesome. And then what brought you down here to Miami?
So my husband grew up outside of Miami, and this was a time when COVID was really, running rampant, and I was living in New York City. I had my first kid, my first baby, March 2020, right in Manhattan. So that was a very...
I know. I had mine in March 2020 as well.
Yes, we share that in common. And so just a very uncertain, kind of scary time, but also really lovely when you have a newborn. So you're kind of like in your quarantine bubble, and that was great. But we're like, okay, when is he ever going to meet the grandparents? When, I don't think this is kind of ending anytime soon. So we moved down to Florida to be with family, and then life just kind of takes over. I had a second kid, and then you start to be like, okay, well, I guess we're here.
And here you are.
And here we are.
Well, you're in Fort Lauderdale, but it's very close. It's not super far away.
Yeah,
you
for
always
sure.
come over here.
I love Miami.
I know, and we met at the Hey Mama meetup, I think during COVID, right? Like it was 2001 or 2 or something like that, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so
right after you had Vasily.
Yes, right after I had Vasily, and let's talk a little bit about Flutter Effect. It's such a unique product, and it's collagen tea with beauty benefits. Mm-hmm. Let's actually try some now. Yeah, let's look how beautiful it is. It's purple.
Yes, it's purple.
I think it's amazing. Yeah, it's just such a vivid purple too. It's not like just the purple.
Yeah,
it's like almost like a neon purple.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So Miami. It goes
so Miami.
With,
yes,
the 80s vibe of Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely Miami inspired. So a beautiful looking drink that helps.
Cheers, and it's healthy.
Cheers, healthy, yes.
It's quite lovely. Yes, I love it. It's really nice.
Amazing.
And where did this idea come from? And what gap did you see in the wellness space? Because when I first met you, you weren't doing this yet. So so it's really exciting that you started this.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved over time. The concept, or me really wanting to launch a beverage, started way back when I started meditation and really getting deep into meditation and cutting back on alcohol. And so then this idea kind of sat in the back of my mind, and then with COVID and having kids, then I really was naturally cutting back on alcohol. And then I was starting to kind of toy around with ideas wanting to create a mocktail or something, because I felt like I didn't want to miss out on having a celebratory and enjoyable experience just because I wasn't drinking alcohol. And so I started to toy around with different ideas, and eventually my meditation teacher, Jackie, hosted a sound bath for my 40th birthday party, and she served this beautiful butterfly pea flower tea. And I was just mesmerized by the color. And when I learned more about it, I learned, when you add citrus to it, it changes the pH level, turns into this beautiful purple color. And then I learned about all these health benefits that it has. So it's packed with antioxidants, and traditionally has been used in Southeast Asia for skin, hair, nail health, as well as cognitive functioning. So I was like, okay, I really want to do something with this butterfly pea flower tea. What else can I add to it to make it more functional and even more exciting? And I had also been wanting to get into a collagen routine for the longest time, but just the powders and the unpleasant experience of it,
they're hard to take.
It was very hard to take, so I never got into it. So I was like, okay, I'm on a mission to make a collagen drink that tastes amazing and is really fun and celebratory and fits into your lifestyle.
I love it. And it looks very fun, and it tastes great. But we know that there's a lot of noise in the beauty beverage world now. What makes Flutter Effect different than what other people are doing, or all these other drinks and things that are infused?
Yeah, I think what's interesting about the beauty beverage space in particular is it's still emerging, and it's not oversaturated like a lot of other beverage categories like mocktails or energy drinks or even water now. So that it's really an exciting time to kind of be a part of it. But I find that a lot of beauty beverages fall into kind of two camps. Either one, they're very supplement, almost medicinal you try to just throw it back, get through it, and then,
okay.
yeah, You're like, okay, done. Yeah, like you hold your nose and close your eyes and then it's over. On the flip side, maybe it's fun and tastes really delicious, but it's full of additives and artificial ingredients and things that you don't really feel good about putting into your body on a regular basis. And so Flutter Effect is really trying to help shape this category with clean, simple, great tasting ingredients that are supported by research and easily fit into your lifestyle.
Cool. No, I love that. And you don't just talk about wellness. You've built a career helping others embody wellness, and you're a dancer and always involved in the wellness space. How has your background in fitness, dance, and yoga shaped how you approach business?
Yeah, I mean, I think with all of those things, fitness, dance, and yoga, there are two main components. There's the technical and then there's the creative. And so, with ballet, for instance, there's technique, there's proper alignment, there's structure that makes a position right or wrong. But then simultaneously, there's creativity, which really brings the work to life and helps to take it to its full potential. And so I definitely think about business in the same way. You have to have the technical aspect. When I'm building a business, you want to look at your business model and your target margins and the market research and analytics and all of that. But then you also want to bring in that creativity and intuition that helps you see beyond what the data shows and can kind of guide you into your next move or what the potential can really look like.
No, that's a really great answer. And many women feel like they have to choose between creative fulfillment and financial stability. What has your journey taught you about the blending the two together? Because I feel like that's very important, because I think you can't have those things together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that feeling comes from the belief that those things are totally opposite. Mm-hmm. And I find that when, they both really strengthen and fuel each other when they're in alignment. So, with finance, it taught me about sustainability and longevity. And with dance, it taught me about trusting your intuition and trusting timing and the process. And so, when those two things can go hand in hand, you can really create something very powerful and also very sustainable.
I love that answer as well. Thank you so much. And I think, you said that Flutter Effect is, it's a lot about rituals that feel luxurious and are better rooted in science, right? What does your personal self-care and morning routine look like, and also style routine?
My personal self-care and style routine?
Yes.
Okay. So, with my personal self-care, I try to keep it very simple. You have to, especially like with 2 young kids and all of that, and also just to make it sustainable. But I'm naturally an early riser, so I wake up, I just do a quick wash of my face, use a little vitamin C, and then I sit down for about 10 minutes of meditation and journaling, which is really just like a game changer for me and really helps to ground and center me, helps me to be more responsive and less reactive to the things and chaos that might kind of come along with my day. And then, of course, I make my butterfly pea flower collagen tea, and I enjoy that on my ride to dropping my kids off. And then in terms of my style routine, I think this is where I'm kind of emerging from motherhood back into putting a little bit more effort into my style, and also thinking about kind of like who I am now, now that I am a mother, and it's happening kind of gradually over time as I kind of find my footing around that. So, I think it's like anything you're re-entering, it's baby steps. So, if I do my makeup and my hair and put an outfit once a week to start, then
that's a great start. I mean, I think you have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And you've launched this brand from formulation to branding to compliance, every detail on your own. What is one or maybe even 1 to 3 behind the scenes challenges that people might not realize that, because I feel like you make it look easy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel easy. And I think what people don't realize is all of the invisible many micro decisions that go into putting just this liquid into a can. Your suppliers and your formulation, and if you change one ingredient, that affects the pH level and the stability of the drink, and then that can change your co-packer and your packaging, and so it really has this like ripple domino effect, and so it definitely requires a lot of patience, and I think there is a pressure to kind of move quickly, especially in consumer, but you really want to balance that with precision, because because, you know, you can get really expensive mistakes down the line if you just didn't take that like extra little moment to do things right in the beginning.
So there's not a lot of like, you know, you can't really, it seems like you could pivot a little bit, but not like, you know, there's not a lot of pivoting down once you put it into production, then like literally you can't really do much change.
Yeah, I mean, you can pivot, but you have to plan that into your timeline of like, oh, that might be like a 6-month
pivot.
Year pivot.
Yeah, oh my God, that's, that might not even be worth it, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
And you balance a lot. You have 2 young kids, and you know you're running this new company. Do you keep things blended together as like your family and work stuff, or do you keep things separately? How do you manage all of those things?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just feel so integrated. It feels nearly impossible for me to separate one and the other. I mean, there might be like moments in my day where I'm like 100% focused on work and 100% focused on my kids, but then things are constantly changing, and I just found I can't get too rigid in my expectations of like what a day is going to look like, and fill in the pieces where I can and make sense for the flow of me, my work, and my family.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. I think it's the same for me as well. You just kind of like have to integrate everything together and have a good balance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if someone is listening right now and dreaming of launching their own product, what's one thing they should ask themselves before they start?
Yeah, I think that they should ask themselves, do I still want to do this when it doesn't feel exciting anymore? Because there's so many like mundane things you have to do, things you don't want to do. You know, they're like product launches and branding and stuff that looks really splashy and exciting is fun. But then there's just like the little tasks, and there's many things that you have to wait for, and you know, you have setbacks. And so I think you want to really think about how much you care about your product and how much you care about the people that you're serving to really get you through those tough moments.
No, that's a great answer and great advice as well. Thank you so much, Janice. And let's now jump into these shoes that you brought.
Oh, yes. So these are my shoes. Is this?
So let's describe them for people that are not watching.
Okay, so they're almost like a black ballerina flat, and they kind of tie like a point shoe
So
would.
beautiful.
Yeah. So
Black leather.
Black leather, yes. What I love about these shoes is, so I got these shoes in Paris, and I really don't wear flats. I don't feel very comfortable in flats. I'm usually like heels or sneakers, because I feel like those are like powerful
Well, these
shoes
are
for
as
me.
flat as they get.
And
They're
they
almost
are.
like ballet slippers.
Because I forgot to pack any type of flat, but I was going to a show, so I didn't want to wear sneakers, but my feet were killing me from like walking all day. So we went into Monoprix, and which is basically like the French Target, and I just got these. They must have been like 30 or 40 euros or something, but I just love them, and they've lasted for like 6 or 7 years.
Amazing. That's a lovely story. And I think they suit you too, because you're a dancer, and like, you know, yoga dance, I feel like they go with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's do this quick round of this or that. Now. Sparkling collagen tea or matcha tea? Matcha latte.
Well, definitely sparkling collagen tea daily, and then I like a matcha latte every like once a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Morning meditation or nighttime dance session? You already said you do morning meditation.
Yes. Yeah. So I love a nighttime dance session for sure. So, but I think the morning meditation again is the daily, and then a nighttime dance session. Well, more than once a week, but yeah, whenever you feel called to it.
Sounds fun. Wall Street confidence or ballet core strength?
Okay, I love this question. I think ballet core strength, because it's something that, it's like very strong and powerful, something you really have to build over time, and you can't fake that. And Wall Street confidence, you can definitely learn, but the ballet core strength is just like...
It's like your body has to learn it and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Bold launch or slow build?
I think a slow build with bold intention. So
love that. Yeah. Vitamin C serum or collagen glow from within?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
From within. Always inside out all day long.
NYC hustle or Miami sunshine?
So I would say Miami sunshine with that New York hustle in my back pocket all the time.
Well, yeah, I feel like that gives you an edge in Miami if you can have that, a little bit of that New York hustle, right?
Yeah.
You can get like so much further here.
For sure.
Ritual over routine or structure over spontaneity?
Ritual over routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-care solo or wellness with friends?
I mean, well, both, but wellness with friends is always so
Much
fun.
more
Much
fun.
more fun, yeah.
Well, Janice, thank you so much for being with us today and for showing us that our careers and our care don't have to follow just one path. You built something gorgeous from the inside out, and we're all better and we're all here for it. And it tastes delicious. To our listeners, whether you're in your first chapter or your fifth, may this episode remind you that reinvention is always on the table. Your glow, your voice, your pace, they all matter. Sip something beautiful today and build the ritual, become the effect, and we'll see you in your shoes and your sparkle. And cheers, Janice.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mwah. All right, and now I'm going to ask you to pick a pair of shoes from here
Okay.
that represents you the best, and we're going to take a
Oh.
little picture. Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Maybe it's like my alter ego. Like if I were to like,
Yes.
you know, I think
Yes,
this is like the
exactly.
perfect moment for something like that. Like
I love that.
if I had my Sasha Fierce.
Yes, you have it in you, girl.
I think I would go for this highest heel.
This one?
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
with the sparkle.
Oh, yes. I love that for you. Oh, my God. That actually would go with your outfit, too, right
Yeah,
now.
I
I
think
think
so.
that's amazing. All right. Well, let me take a Polaroid of you right
Okay.
now. Of this.
What do I?